All right, Mr. Doe. What were we just
really? Are you ready for this?
I'm filming Mr. Doe here at AMC 30 in Houston, Texas on February the 18th. And I've got Caleb, Sebastian. All right, and we just finished watching the film Whiplash. Mr. Doe, would you like to share your thoughts on Whiplash?
Well, yes. I think it was a theme that could have been presented in a more positive way. And that theme is the responsibility of teachers and parents and those that have the influence over younger people, not just children, but to those who have an obligation and an opportunity to influence even their peers. That the ultimate objective is to direct a process where the greatness within that person can come out through the process that is right for that person.
Ooh.
And only a loving teacher, only a loving parent, only a loving friend really knows just how to do that. And that's what makes the role of being a teacher, official and unofficial, so vital to our society and what is missing in our current day society. Because we don't have, unfortunately, people who are willing to take a stand and willing to risk disfavor because they depart from what is normal, from what is understood, from what is expected. And what we need is people who are willing to do the unexpected in order to create the possibility of the unexpected. And that to me is the main message that that film could have done a better job. But I think Hollywood has sunk to such a level where even the best of principles are corrupted with implications of homosexuality, with the dehumanization and the insults and the debasement of the student. The student can learn without debasement. The student can learn without being humiliated. The student can learn without being ridiculed. And unfortunately, this film does all of those things, and I fear that the main point will be missed.
And what was that main point, Abati?
The main point is that we need greatness. We don't need mediocrity. We need greatness. And greatness is going to come about through challenge and overcoming and determination. And all those things that are very critical to everything that we know about, that we celebrated in history and we celebrate in so-called heroes. But we need more everyday heroes.
Yes.
And we need more everyday teachers. Okay. And teachers not in the formal sense, formal sense, yes, but those who realize that they have an obligation and an opportunity to influence someone else becomes that teacher.
Yes.
Becomes a teacher.
You don't need a degree.
You don't need a degree. You don't need a platform. You don't need
an institution.
You don't need an institution to be a teacher. And you don't need that to understand the obligation. The obligation that we hold when we say things to someone else. I'm not even talking about a child. I'm just talking about talk to a friend, talk to a lover. There's an obligation to, as Scott Peck says, that love is the willingness to extend oneself for one's own and another's emotional and spiritual growth. That love is an action. And we need more loving.
Well said. Thank you, Abati.